good, y'all? Today we're doing a little special one. I know a bunch of y'all tune in to this. We're gonna be sleeping today, so grab your popcorn and watch me go through the different cycles of sleep. All right, peace. Oh, homies, welcome back, homies. It's Saint with another video, and we're just gonna get right into it because I've been thinking about it, right? So I watch Twitch, right? I watch live streams, whether it's on Twitch or YouTube, and I don't think I'm the standard Twitch viewer. Like, I don't think like this is what the average Twitch viewer looks like, and I also don't think I share the mindset of the average Twitch or YouTube viewer, right? And we're gonna just say Twitch because Twitch rolls off the tongue better than YouTube does, but just know I'm talking about both because they both do it. So today we're talking about parasocial relationships, right? That's the one-sided relationships that viewers tend to have with their streamers, right? So as much as they like to say, I love you guys, without you guys I wouldn't be here, and it's 100% true, and I don't doubt that they believe that. Well, I doubt they believe the love you part, right? I think they're just saying that because it betters the relationship. It's like, okay, well, this person loves me back, I'm gonna give them more money. But I think they're taking advantage of the parasocial relationships. Now, recently, it's what, like January 12th right now. So recently, Pokimane, she got banned for watching Avatar The Last Airbender live on Twitch. And that's a big no-no. That's a very, like, that's a copyright strikes and all that type of jazz. And she was only able to get away with it for so long just because like they don't have live tracking, and I believe she deletes the VOD after doing it, so there's no proof that she's actually doing it. But that's besides the point. We're not talking about that. That may be another video. What I want to talk about is something that's been confusing me the whole time, and it has something to do with the intro as well. That's why I put it at the beginning. Duh. Sleep streams. And I'm gonna bring it back to how sleep streams have to do with parasocial relationships, but sleep streams are the most confusing thing to me because as much as I may admire or may be entertained by a certain streamer, then I have a couple that like I tune into or I at least watch the VOD when I can. I would never want to watch a person sleep. And that's confusing to me as to why it was even a concept of thing. So now I looked it up and I was like, maybe there's something deeper than that, because I've tuned into a couple sleep streams and I didn't spend longer than 5 minutes in them, and it's kind of hard to avoid them because like all of the big streamers have done it at some point, or they are thinking about doing it in the future. And I'm so confused as to why it's a thing, but then I understand, and then I don't want to partake in it even more. So there's main components to streaming, right? You're there for the entertainment of the person that's streaming, the person on the camera. Hey there. And then there's another element. So there's the entertainer entertaining the audience. There's the audience entertaining the entertainer with their text to speech, their donations, just the chat, like whatever they saying, and the entertainer reading it off and making a joke out of it. So I guess that goes back to the entertainer entertaining the audience. But at first, the audience has to entertain the entertainer, right? And then the audience entertaining the audience. Those are the three main components, I think, of streaming. And sleep streams at the beginning may be very entertaining from the entertainer to the audience, but once you get 4 hours into it, an hour into it, and your streamer gets deep into REM, there's no going back. There's it's just audience and audience. And so at that point, why don't you just watch another stream? At that point, why don't you just start your own stream if you're so entertaining in these chats that like you give 250 and say something funny and everybody's in the chat saying wono. That's confusing to me. And that's what sleep streams take advantage from their audience is the streamer getting paid. And I have a clip, and I searched up sleep streams, just sleep streams, and the titles of these VODs are interesting because it's not just, oh, I did a sleep stream. It's a good amount of them are, I made X amount of money just for sleeping. Now in the video, you're gonna see a non-related sleep stream video, and that's just because the YouTube algorithm wants to throw things at me regardless of what I search. But I think it's right for the streamer to do it because you're taking advantage of the parasocial relationship that you have with your audience. They tune in, they admire you, they want to watch you so much that they want to watch you sleep, that they'll give you money to watch you sleep. But now you take it upon yourself as a streamer. Do you allow that? Do you like try and make it entertaining? And it's like, how could you make sleeping entertaining? It's like, you can't. The audience has to make it. There's a big YouTuber, I guess we call him now because he went from Twitch to YouTuber, by Ludwig, and I'm gonna play the clip, and I'm not gonna lie, it made me laugh, but I mean, he wasn't necessarily asleep yet.
Does this thing work? You hurrah, you hurrah, you hurrah.
This would be a great time
hurrah,
for one of my mods to skip
hurrah,
TTS.
You hurrah, you hurrah, two.
But for the most part, what goes on in these sleep streams is either chat talking to chat via the text-to-speech donation, or they're trying to, you know, interrupt their sleep. They're trying to annoy them, depending on the relationship they have with their chat. And regardless, I'm just like, well, you could have had this type of entertainment with the person being awake. Like, it's not, I personally do not think it's that worth it to be in a sleep stream and feed the chat, because you get no benefit from it. You're paying $250 at minimum to say a funny joke. And depending on the audience of the streamer, like if it's a big streamer, which again, big streamers are often the ones that do it, you get lost in the chat. The chat moves by so fast that you can't even get your joke off and people actually read it. Or maybe one person does read it, type of LOL, but you don't know if that LOL is for you or if it's a person that was putting in a funny emote at the situation. You don't know, and I don't think the reward is enough for the output. I'm not going to call it a risk, because giving up your money isn't a risk in this sense, but it is like an output you're giving and you're not receiving an appropriate reward, I think, personally. Now, there's only one reason why I think a sleep stream makes sense, and that YouTuber that I mentioned earlier, Ludwig, he went through it. Now, I believe he did a sleep stream outside of it, but those are subathons. Subathons, there will be a counter in the top left, top right of the screen, and for every person that subs, it adds a certain amount of time. Normally, the streamer, gauges how much time it adds, and I mean, that's based on the realistic, if they're actually going to get people to sub. It could be 5 seconds if you're a big streamer, and that can add up over time, or it can just be it'll be 5 minutes if you're on the smaller side. But Ludwig did a stream. He did a subathon, and his subathon added up so much that it added up over the course of a month. He'd had to stream straight for a month. A subathon means you do not stop. You do not stop until that counter hits 0. And so it got to a point where he was like, okay, if it hits 31 days, I believe, then we're just going to cap it off at 31 days, because I can't stream longer than a month. And it capped off at 31. And what do? Do you stay up for 31 days? You don't. That's a lot of hours. I can't even calculate it right now. You don't stay up for 31 days. You sleep. And while you sleep, you know, even at the beginning of it, if he was to go to sleep, they would still add on, and he'd be like, guys, just let me end. And that's another like tactic streamers use, is the like begging, but then it's like, nah, not really. Like, it's like, like, please stop subbing. I'm trying to go, like, I want to go to sleep. I want to end it. And then 10 more people sub. But it's a little tangent. He went on a subathon for 31 days. And it's only right that you go to sleep. And to stay true to the subathon, you stream yourself sleeping. And I think that is the only time that is appropriate, because you're staying true to what the audience signed up for. Yes, the audience members sign up for sleep streams, but I just think that's so absurd. And whenever I looked it up, it would always say like this was a method that streamers found out to give their audience members something more, like to be quirky, give it a different content for the day. And it's like, well, I argue that that's not content. Like, it's just you sleeping. And I've watched a couple of videos at this point, and whether I enjoy the streamer, there always gets to a point where I don't enjoy them sleeping anymore. I don't wish to see them do regular things, like unless it's a mukbang and they're eating and they're talking about something with somebody that I also have interest in. But if it's outside of that, I don't care to see you eat. I don't care to see you sleep. I don't care to see you shower. I don't care to see you really driving like that, unless there's other content provided with it. Driving vlogs and stuff like that are normally accompanied by commentary. Well, that's it for the videos, homies. If you agree with what I'm saying, please comment below and write your own think pieces. I will be looking down there and commenting myself. If you disagree with what I believe and think that I'm thinking too deep into it, and you actually like sleep streams, or you have it in the background and it's just something to every now and then pay attention to, let me know. Let me know what you think. And if you like this format of videos, I have a couple other videos in mind. Just like, subscribe, and again, comment. You know, I put my thoughts out here so I can have people from all over it, you know, tell me whether I'm right or wrong, and we can get a discussion going. But anyway, that's all I have for y'all today. It's Saint. Peace.